vloggers who are very passionate about food, or mere jaise who love talking about food. So I thought I'll invite a very good friend of mine, Delna, in the studio. Hi Delna, how are you?
Hi Deep. Thank you for making me feel like a celebrity.
Actually, tell me one thing, people often say, food is one of those things jiske baare mein you can talk a lot, and especially in Dubai, I've seen people are really passionate about food. So first, let's start with the blog. What exactly is your blog called?
So my blog is called Discover Spice. Okay, it's about discovering the spice of life with every bite and every journey. And it's basically where I write stories about things that I experience through food. So it might be through cooking or through cultural immersions when I go on travels. And it's little bites and stories, and I do a lot of chef interviews as well. So it's very nice, because you just see how passionate they are about food and what their experiences are. And it's really inspiring. And really the blog is about a visual expression of me, and it's an extension of who I am, on an online space.
So whenever you're traveling, so you try and have everything around food around your travel?
Yeah, unfortunately. So my friends who travel with me know that. That's a disclaimer when they travel.
And travel is not the travel that people do Dubai Sharjah. It's like thoda aur aage
No, it's like travel. Okay. So basically, if I'm working, then I work because every time I'm thinking about when's my next travel. So that's my main motive. And even when I'm researching for my trips, I'm looking, what's the oldest restaurant here, or is there like a cooking class I can take? So it's all around that. And the good thing is that I think it's the best way that you can actually explore a place.
Right.
Right from the utensils they use to the ingredients they use to the language or whatever it may be. Like I feel like you get such a deeper learning of that place that there's no other way to experience a place, or at least I don't know, than through experiencing through food.
Nice, very nice. So when was the last time when you traveled, and where did you travel?
My last trip was at the Seychelles, and this was a very ad hoc trip. So my colleague came to me and she was like, listen, I found this awesome deal on Expedia. What do you think about it?
Okay.
And I was like, yeah, sounds good. It was Eid holidays last year. And I said, give me a day to think about it. And I got back to her in 1 hour and I said, let's go for it. And she said, you said a day, right? And I said, no, let's just go for it.
Right.
So we went there. It was awesome. It was, I think, one of the first holidays where I didn't have to have a holiday after a holiday, because that's what Seychelles does to you. It's sun, it's sea, it's great food. So they have, their cuisine is basically Creole, and it's a nice influence of French cuisine with a bit of Asian flavors as well. So you, for example, you'll get quite a nice tasting prawn curry, for example, and it will be familiar because it's got coconuts and a coconut milk, and it's got spices, but it's a little different. So it was nice. It was very interesting.
Okay.
Seychelles as a place.
Oh, nice. Yeah. This is really interesting. Planning your vacation around food. So let's talk more with Delna about the same thing, and some restaurants that have really surprised her over here, pleasantly and unpleasantly. Uske baare mein baat karunga. Lekin usse pehle, if you love food as well, and if you want to become a food critic for a day, then 6363 is my number. SMS me your name right now. Deep Kizado. And by the way, a big shout out going out to Stella, who's getting her root canal done while listening to the show right now. Deep Kizado, Josh 97.8, bring it on. Conversation with Delna. She's a friend of mine, and usse zyada she's a food blogger as well, and we've been talking about how she plans her journeys around food and how she try and meet all the interesting people who are very passionate about food. So have you ever come across any of the people jinki kahani sunne ke baad you were like, okay, I think we only hear or read about these stories in the movies?
Yeah, so great question actually, Deep, because one good thing about living in Dubai is that you have the opportunity to meet such interesting people, and I'm a very active participant at the Emirates Literature Festival that happens every year, and they invite some of the best people, of course authors and all that, but for me as a food blogger, I'm always looking at which food authors or celebrity chefs they're inviting. So there was one such year, I think it was about 2 years back, where there was a host of really good celebrity chefs and food authors, and I got a chance to interview almost all of them. And one such person who I met, his name is William Harcourt Coos, and if you're familiar with this Willy Wonka chocolate factory, right? So it's kind of inspired from him. And his whole life has been about chocolate making. Now, okay, I was like, okay, fine, he likes chocolate, what's the big deal, right? And then somewhere in the interview, because of the amount of passion this guy had, I forgot I was interviewing him. And I was totally lost with the story. It was literally the story of somebody who left his home in the UK, came to a place, I think it was Argentina, and then he was sitting under a cacao tree, and then he was like, you know what, this seems interesting, let me try and see if I can make chocolate. And just like that, and we get ideas like that, but then how far do we pursue them, right? And he actually went and bought old machines, repaired them, started making chocolate from scratch, trial and error, and today he's one of the best chocolate makers in the world.
He's written a book as well, no?
He's written a book. It's called The Chocolate Bible. I have 2 copies of it. Don't ask me why I have 2 copies. But
Again, why do you have 2 copies?
I don't know, just in case one gets lost. So I have this.
So what if the other one gets lost?
So you know how people buy books? How people buy books and they get it signed by authors. So I have a fetish where I buy cookbooks and I get them signed by the authors.
Okay.
So if you come to my house, there's this entire library of cooking books that are actually signed.
So both of them are signed.
So both of them are signed.
Okay, I can't even laugh on this. I'll talk more with Delna थोड़ी सी देर में, लेकिन उससे पहले आपके लिए थोड़ी देर पहले she told us a very big dark secret about her, that instead of collecting and buying one book, ये एक ही ऑथर की सेम 4 बुक्स खरीदती है, क्योंकि अगर मान लो पहली खोगी तो फिर सेकंड काम आ जाएगा, तो मान लो सेकंड खोगी तो थर्ड काम आ जाएगा, अगर मान लो थर्ड खोगी तो फोर्थ काम आ जाएगा, मान लो फोर्थ भी खोगी तो then she has to hire some detective because there's someone who's trying to steal a lot of things from her house. Okay, so now let's move from the books that you carry and the books that you collect. You mentioned a while back that you love all your travel are planned around food. So is there any place that you have recently or in the past where you went and the food was absolutely amazing over there?
So I stayed in Spain for almost under 2 years, and I was doing my masters there.
Okay.
But alongside with that, as a foodie, even though I'm studying, I'm still exploring food experiences there. And Spain is a gastronomic, heaven. Right from whether it's north of Spain or south of Spain, the cuisines are so different. And I really enjoyed, everything. Like right from the way the little breakfast thing they have, they have this. Like kind of bread, they'll have this tomato thingy on top. It's called something Spanish, I forgot now. But right from that, and okay, so I want to tell you something very interesting. So whenever I go to have breakfast in Dubai, and I'll be like, I want to have a black coffee with a croissant, and I want to have it toasted.
Okay.
And these guys are like, why does she want to have a croissant toasted? And the thing is, it comes from this thing where in Spain they toast your croissants.
Oh.
Yeah, and I've gotten so used to eating them like that, you know. So I'm sticking by it, and I'm like, if I'm having one, I'm having it toasted.
Okay.
So it comes from there.
But was breakfast normal in Spain? Because I've heard, I haven't been to Spain. I think I'm planning a vacation now in August to Spain. But there's this friend of mine who recently went to Spain, and his morning ritual is very easy. He like having 4 to 5 eggs. And with a little bit of tomatoes, with a little bit of capsicum every morning. So he went to one of the restaurants and he said, okay, can I get an omelette, 5-egg omelette with tomatoes and onion? So he got 5 alag-alag omelette on one egg. This is not all. Side mein tomatoes and capsicum and onion tha kata hua. He can mix everything while eating.
Fortunately, I didn't have any experience like that. But one place I remember in Madrid, that's where I was staying, they have this Indo food market called Mercado de San Miguel.
Okay.
And very interesting story about that. I actually had a small incident and we got over the hospital and I was like waiting over there in the cab and my friend was there with me. And he was like, you know what, I just know the perfect thing to cheer you up. And he takes me to this Indo food market and instantly, right from the pain, everything I forgot, okay, and he had just bought in this Samsung phone, and I'm like, I'm going to do a mini documentary here, and even he's crazy, like all my friends are, they're all foodies. So we actually did a mini documentary, you can catch it on my YouTube channel, where I'm actually walking around the market, I'm interviewing people, I'm tasting, just like how you see it in these travel channels. And that was awesome. I mean, it just shows that, if you're really passionate about something, it can just light up, your moments. And just fearlessly, I was going around interviewing people in the market, and it was fun. I mean, it was something that I always remember doing, and it was sweet. I mean, till now, I'm proud of that video. It was my first attempt on iMovies, and I'm happy about it.
Nice, sweet. चलो और बात करते थोड़ी सी देर में लेकिन उससे पहले if you want to become an iftar critic for a day 6363 is my number. Right now I'm in conversation with Delna and we've been talking about food, and Delna, a lot of people have told me that they also call you Satwa Queen, like the Satwa roundabout पे जितना traffic वगैरह होता है वो सारा Delna के कारण ही होता है because she's often found over there. So you must be knowing a lot of hidden gems and everything in Satwa. What exactly you do in Satwa otherwise?
Yeah, good question. So it all started about this. I used to go for yoga there. Okay. And I was doing a person training session, and then my yoga instructor said, Delna, if you can survive 108 Surya Namaskars, I'll treat you with a chai. Okay. And it's a very special chai. Now you can imagine, right? Like I'm almost dying on my mat, so anything is good. Yeah. I was like, fine. So I finished it. Okay, again food trumps. And then we go for this chai just around the corner. From the Afa roundabout, it's the just like about one of the rides over there. And this is chai joint. And I can tell you, it's by far the best chai in Dubai, hands down. Now I know a lot of people will say that. What is this place called? What is it called? It's Al Masa Cafeteria. Okay, and you see like a sign outside with like a tea. They like pouring tea something. That's how you can locate it. But I'm really proud to say that I've converted a lot of non-chai drinkers to chai drinkers just with this Zafrani chai.
So you get Zafrani or you get
different types of chai, but my favorite is the Zafrani Kadak chai.
What is it called?
Zafrani Kadak. Or the cafeteria. Al Masa Cafeteria.
Al Masa Cafeteria. If you ever been to Al Masa Cafeteria in Satwa, I don't think I have. Also, I'm not a chai person as well. So please, 6363 is the number SMS. Or very best chai. Iske alawa, if there's any other place which is your favorite, do let us know. So yeah, other than that, Satwa, all your heroics in Satwa ended with this chai.
Yeah, so moving on from Satwa, I tell you a restaurant experience that actually really surprised me. So obviously being Indian, I try not to go to many Indian restaurants because I want to try other cuisines in Dubai, and we have that luxury to do it. But I was invited for a review once at the Signatures at the Melia Hotel. Okay. And I thought, okay, fine, it's Sanjeev Kapoor, it's different, why not? I tell you, I was really pleasantly surprised. More so because they have an interactive kitchen. And usually you don't really find that with Indian cuisine, right? I mean, you've done teppanyaki, you've done maybe live sushi, but live interactive Indian cooking, that I've never experienced before. And they really have it very nicely laid out, where they have shooters after every meal. So I think the entire experience was just so engaging, and it's nice. Actually, I felt proud that they are able to bring something that's from probably experiences from other cuisines and bring it to the Indian cuisine. I think Sanjeev Kapoor, hats off to him for doing that. So it was a lovely time actually over there.
Any other restaurant which has pleasantly surprised you over here in Dubai?
On Jumeirah Road, I really like this place called Comptoir 102. Okay. Again, I was whizzing by for work, and then I pulled over and I said it's now or never. I have to get in and check this out. Right. And it's really nice. So it's actually, I think it's a lifestyle store. So you will find furniture, you'll find fashion, accessories, and everything. And they have a very nice, quaint, tucked away cafe at the back. And the menu is very interesting. So it's got a lot of organic, it's fresh food. They have a whole series of juices and smoothies that you can try out. So it's very nice. Like I think when friends visit me in Dubai,
that's a healthy food option.
Yeah, so healthy food, definitely. I mean, if you're into healthy food, or if you want to try something new that's fresh, organic, and local, I would recommend you Comptoir 102 on Jumeirah.
Okay. Acha, more than the numbers of messages that I'm getting, your phone is buzzing more than that. So all your friends are messaging, hey, I can listen to you on radio. So you want to give a shout out to anyone?
Yeah, of course. I want to give a shout out.
Just open a WhatsApp and just read out all the names.
Okay, I want to give a shout out first of all to my family. There's my relatives listening all the way from Abu Dhabi. So that's my cousin Kevin, his wife Sheba, my mom, my brother, his wife Deepthi, and my favorite nephew Adi. So thanks. And then my friends Kanta, Shami, Charlotte, Swati, who's here with me. So thanks a lot. I mean, you guys really put up a lot when it comes to being friends with a foodie. So Yeah, thanks.
Okay, very nice. So Oscar speech is over as well. One last shout out for your blog. If you want to catch all these things, whatever Delna has been up to, wherever she's traveling, where she writes wonderful things about food, then you can catch it on.
You can catch it on discoverspice.net.
Okay, wonderful. Thank you, Delna. Thanks a lot.
It was a pleasure. Thanks, Deep.
Josh 97.8, Deep ke saath ho, bring it on.